Here's the truth that very few creators have got the balls to tell you. If you want to be successful in this business, whether it's getting millions of followers or making a shit ton of money, you will have to start copying others. Yep, sometimes you will have to copy their ideas, titles, thumbnails, or who knows, maybe go even a little further and start using the same metaphors, analogies, or even props to make your point. And guess what? That's okay. It took me ages to realize that's exactly what my business needed. Those old days of being in school where if you copy someone you'll get a bad grade are long gone. For example, the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan. He has many times said that he looked up to and took inspiration on how to play the game from Julius Erving. And then do you know who copied Michael Jordan just a few years later? Kobe Bryant. Another basketball player who I'd say is probably in the top 5 greatest players of all time. And you know who admitted to copying Kobe and said, I watched Kobe, studied Kobe, and wanted to be like Kobe. Another great player that you may have heard of, LeBron James. And guess what? None of those people complained. Matter of fact, a lot of them took it as a compliment that they were being studied by the next generation. See, back in the day, years ago, what I used to do when it was time to create content, I just used to open up a Google Doc and start writing what's in my head. When I used to speak about how to start selling online, I just picked a topic that I thought people would find interesting and useful and just came up with the idea there and then. And there was this one common trend that kept on repeating itself time and time again. You want to know what that trend was? The fact that my videos were absolute dog shit. They were so boring and nobody wanted to watch them. Now in 2025, I know better. So instead of thinking I'm this genius that's going to come up with this original idea that is going to blow up and go viral, I just open up YouTube and start to study what topics are being talked in my niche right now. And when I figure that out, I have a look at the best creators and their videos in that niche. I look at how they start their videos. What points do they make? Is there something valuable that they say that I could potentially use myself? And guess what? This very video that you're watching right now is copied from James Smith. I really enjoy his content. I appreciate him telling the truth about content creators copying each other. So I thought, you know what? Let me give my opinion on this controversial topic. That's all it is. You just study what's working and then put your own spin on it. Even take that Ashton Hall guy. You know, the one who got famous for dunking his head into drinking water at 4 a.m. in the morning. And now everyone seems to think that in order to be successful, you need to rub a banana peel on your face. Do you know how many people have copied that idea? Well, here's a few. So, if the top people in the game who are making millions of dollars look for inspiration and jump on trends every chance they get, why wouldn't you and I? Now, what I'm not telling you to do is just rip off somebody else's content word for word with literally nothing to add in the process. Because people will notice and you may get called out for doing so. And if you want to see that in action, just check out this James Smith video. It's about a guy who literally took the transcript and said exactly the same, everything, like word for word. And I don't want to brag, but I even got a comment with the most likes on that video. See, what you want to do is just analyze. What is the topic? What is the format that they use? How did they start the video? What are the comments saying? And then, with all of that information, create something of your own. Something with your own personality, your own stories, and your own twist on the topic. You know, a topic that most likely has been covered like 1,000 times before. And do you know what? Let me confess to you something right now. One of my biggest breaks on social media came from copying somebody else's idea. In 2023 on TikTok, I was literally getting like 100 to 1,000 views per video with literally not going anywhere. And I tried everything, different topics, shooting outside of the studio, inside the studio, less edits, more edits, different hooks, and nothing was working. Then I came across this creator who was making reaction videos about the niche that I was in. And I thought to myself, well, that's a cool idea. Do you know what? I'll try it out. Now, did I copy him word for word? No, of course not. I just took the idea and started making my own videos. And at first, that creator was perfectly fine with me doing these videos, but once my followers went past the 300k mark, I found myself blocked by him for some reason. I guess people want you to do well, but they never want you to do better than them. Here's the truth that most people won't tell you. Originality, it's a myth. The idea that you'll come across something that is brand new and has never been heard before, it's like very unlikely. And even if by some miracle you do, the chance of it going viral is even lower if you don't package it and present it the right way. So instead, just see what's working and put your own spin on it. Because guess what? Nobody can copy your background. Nobody can copy your story, your style, or your personality. So just look around, copy what works, because it might just be that missing piece in your strategy you've needed.